So it sounds to me like this teaching has a couple aspects to it. That one, it's quite practical, and also that it's for everybody. It's not like our group wins and everybody else loses. So it's not a zero-sum game. So tell me a little bit more about those two concepts.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it is practical spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I think most of what, first part of that, most of what has inspired our teaching and what we do is that it's mystical.
Mm-hmm.
We actually believe in the non-physical. We're a metaphysical teaching, and metaphysics means beyond the physical. And so we're all connected. There's this interconnectedness. We talk about the synchronicity of life. And, many times I'll think of someone and then all of a sudden I'll get a phone call from them. Or they'll show up on a Sunday. They'll come in the door and I go, you know what? I should have known I was going to see you because you came to mind 4 or 5 times this week. I think what happens is that when that person makes the decision to show up, all of a sudden a little message gets sent. And if you're paying attention, you kind of get the hit. So it's very practical. We're all mystical. We're all intuitive. There's a vibrational frequency of information that's out there, and if we're allowing ourselves to listen at that frequency, we're tapped into that flow. So it's very practical. It's very, very practical in terms of our spirituality. A lot of people live this teaching in their lives in many traditions. That's why we honor all traditions. I think you've got mystics in every tradition. From the Jewish Kabbalah to the Catholic mystics. There's Saint Francis. There was someone that was completely in touch with his divine nature and his knowing his life really was God's life, and acting upon that. So it goes back, and of course Jesus and Buddha, all of these guys, they were the avatars that opened the doorway for all of us to say, when Jesus said, "These things I have done, ye shall do an even greater," he was talking about, in my opinion, that doorway of consciousness that we can step through and continue to step through. And it's not, and once again, that's not a straight line. I'm sure Jesus had some bad days. I'm sure that, we don't hear about it. I'm sure there were days when he was just like, I don't want to go out and preach today, guys. I need a break. But the point is that we honor all of that. And I love that because, you know what? Martin Luther King said it years ago. If we don't learn to live together in some way as brothers and sisters, we're going to die together. Mm-hmm. And so, I think that this teaching has been never more important on this planet than it is right now. And getting out of those conditioned responses to one another and to the barriers and the labels that we place on one another, and whenever they become a restriction in terms of supporting one another and then being in collaboration with one another, then I think that's they're outdated.